I always hear people talking about like on Fox News, right? They always like the mainstream media doesn't cover this. The mainstream media doesn't cover that. Who do you think is the #1 news network? Fox News. They have more views than CNN and fucking MSNBC combined. They've been #1 for about 20 fucking years. They are actually the mainstream media, you know?
Yeah, you're
CNN
right.
trying to catch up because that shit's definitely not working.
So E-News is also like on the news.
By the way, Wolf Blitz have been old from when I was a little boy, you know? But anyway, go ahead. What'd you say?
No. Either way, CNN can't catch up. E-News just ended. That's a big, I think, are they connected to ABC or something? Whatever they're connected to is a huge sign that it's the way.
Oh, E-News Daily. What was it? E-News Daily? Or
Something's coming to an
they
end.
just announced after 32 years.
Which is not crazy though, because of the way that like information and how we pick it up is changing. So news medias are out here just like trying to keep up. Fox does it best, I guess.
I'll be sick. I have to agree. I've done.
I cannot.
You've done drugs. Anyway, look, we can see how this all plays out. This is look. This it's entertaining. I know there's a lot of shit at stake.
Okay, but at least we're not underage, you know? Like, so what, we're unmarried. That's okay. I think we're old enough to be doing drugs if we want to take it from people.
It is entertaining. It is entertaining. Like Trump shit's definitely fucking entertaining. There's never a dull day. There's never a day in Trump's administration where you wake up and go, oh, I'm just getting chill today. It's always some fucking wild shit. It's always some wild shit.
When's the last day we had a day of peace where we're like, oh, we're kind of proud. We're all proud of our president. All of us. You can't.
That's not true, Bozak.
We could all laugh
local
sometimes.
stations are owned by what's the Sinclair Network. And he's conservative. Check that shit out. Sinclair Network. They actually did a video where they show all the journalists saying the same thing. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find this shit. Okay.
I will completely give you my opinion on this.
Okay, hold on.
I'm actually versed in this stuff.
Sinclair Network. All the journalists.
I wouldn't call Sky a pimp. That's not exactly what I would describe him as, but okay.
Saying the same thing. See it right here? Okay, video. Okay, you gotta watch this shit.
A synchronized script.
Some media
Synchronized script.
Journalism that CBS
A synchronized script
some media outlets publish these same fake stories
on dozens of local news stations. Same words, same message. Mandated by the same station owner, Sinclair Broadcasting Group.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Tonight, the corporation behind that commentary, defiant and digging in after this video posted by Deadspin went viral.
More alarming, some media aren't true without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their
Okay, you understand it?
bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Okay, that shit ain't AI. That's every fucking local station reading the same exact
Back in
newspaper.
2018.
Yeah, I'm just saying this was a couple years
2018,
ago.
this is not AI. So Sinclair owns a bunch of smaller stations because
own a ton.
you're
They
explaining
own a
this
ton.
very fucked up. So
Okay.
Sinclair is a media company, owns a bunch of affiliate stations. They can mandate, technically, if they own you, to have you say something. Now, they usually pick an anchor who's been with the station for how many years and won't say anything, but so they released it, and this is in basically response to what is what I'm asking.
No, this is just how they do news in general. This was the first time someone put it together and realized that the owner of Sinclair has all his journalists, all of his stations pushing the same narrative. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is, but yes, but it was mandated that the anchors on the local stations read it. Is what
Read
you're
it,
saying.
yes.
Now, is it supporting Trump though? Because you keep playing.
No.
the message.
This one isn't. This one is more neutral, and they're talking about supporting democracy. It's a conservative spin, but it ain't like hardcore Trump. But this is they just using this piece to show how all the stations push the same message. They're not like independent.
No, that's not. You're actually explaining it wrong too. It's anything under Sinclair Media would be pushing it.
Yes,
but
yes.
saying that statement means that there's other affiliate stations that are not
Sinclair
connected.
stations push the same message.
I just be aware that not all local news stations are
owned by Sinclair.
But see now,
the ones he owns are push the same message, and he's a conservative dude. He's kind of a right wing dude,
Fair.
right? So they all push that. But I'm not saying there isn't like liberals pushing their message in some way. Because if you watch all the liberal talk shows, right? Like Colbert just got fired, but Colbert,
didn't he come out
Kimmel,
and speak against
Kimmel, Fallon, all of those would be like very left-leaning and would make fun of Trump.
Okay, whether you're left or right, there's so many things to make fun of.
No, but I'm just saying like the message would be definitely fucking liberal.
I think it comes down.
You can't fucking call Jimmy. You can't call Colbert fucking neutral.
But also, you got to look at their
because he's definitely not neutral.
Those two men were never ever gonna pretend they were neutral. They're not news anchors. They're talk show hosts. They're supposed to comment on society with satire, sarcasm. You know, that's part of the point of a late night show. Now, should everything be political on that show? No, but it has turned that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's
also like we're in the stages of World War III. Where the fuck did we think things were going to go with the news?
But if I was doing a talk show right now, right?
Which, fair.
Now hold on. The purpose of a talk show. Now hold on. I'm not knocking this. I live in LA. Okay, so don't look at me as being no fucking right wing dude. If I doing a talk show, I want the largest audience possible. Remember, all these talk shows have bad ratings. Like Colbert was the biggest one. When I say he was the biggest one, he was the number one, and I mean but their ratings ain't like the way it used to be with Jay Leno. Though. It's like where it was killing it back in the day, right?
No one, yeah.
I mean, we could look.
I agree with you.
Okay.
But there's multiple factors. It's not just one.
What is tonight? Is it the Tonight Show?
Granted, among journalists, not everyone does want to work for a Sinclair media company.
Ratings.
Not mostly because of their messaging, but also because sometimes how they treat employees within their contracts. Not everyone loves these media companies for personal reasons, like journalist-wise. So, and also as a journalist, whenever my GM would be like, you have to go on air and say this, I'd say, let me see the script. And if I really didn't feel okay saying it, I'd tell them and they'd have to find someone else, or I'm not saying that part because it's ethically wrong. So I feel like anyone who got up there and just read the script verbatim was like head anchor or something, was like, fuck, I'll do it because I like my job. Or they really believed in it. But if you don't, you can fully say you don't want to say that.
Cool. Colbert, Kimmel, the best ones. Yeah, but my point is Kimmel is a snake that will do whatever it takes for cash now.
You think so?
Okay, but I ain't saying that. See, my thing is this. If you host a show, right? My thing is you need to reach the widest fucking audience. So you kind of got to be neutral, though. Now, Trump is a hard dude to be neutral with.
Yes.
Because he's doing some crazy shit sometimes where you go, what the fuck? Right? But even still, you gotta kind of be more in the center. Now, you can get hate from the left and the right, but that ain't a bad thing. Because that tells you in the center, you know? But nor would I always do it in LA and New York. I'd want to move around the country. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I'm listening while you're right.
So you gotta, because LA and New York are Hollywood, right? Yeah, but you gotta hit some parts of the middle of the country.
Oh, wait. Also, I just want to say,
hit Texas, hit Florida, bounce around, you know?
This right here is the biggest fact you will ever see. Your local news station, I'm talking about the ones that make nothing, is probably going to be the most neutral out of all of them. Or if they're not neutral, you're very easily going to be able to see where they're coming from. And you can decide on your own if you want to listen or not. But I definitely think they're way for the community versus the views. So I'm super proud of you.
But it's Trump derangement syndrome.
Proud of you, big.
I'm just saying, like,
that makes me really happy to hear.
It makes sense to like go out. You gotta get out of Hollywood.
Of course.
Firstly, you're kind of fucked anyway because the way shit works now is that there's so many other options. Like when it was only like way back in the day, it was only ABC, CBS, NBC, right? And then Fox came along later. Like you had like 4 stations.
That's not true.
Yeah, like before.
That's not true.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, it's been monopolized over the years, and now.
No. What I'm saying is back in the fucking day, there wasn't like cable and shit like that.
You gotta get specific with dates because you're generalizing, and that's not.
No, hold on. I'm not talking about news.
No, but in general, they own other things, but they've.
No. I'm talking back in the day. Way back in the day, there were 4 fucking stations. ABC,
God.
NBC, CBS, and then later on Fox came.
Okay.
Then after that there was expansion, like as cable came along and you had all these different channels and shit like that. But back in the day, there was fucking like four channels for you to fucking choose from. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're like, no, actually, I think you're very wrong with this.
Oh, well, hold on. So you think your grandmother?
Because you're saying.
You think your grandmother had a bunch of channels to choose from?
No. Yes, you're talking about channels, but you're using like the.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the news now. I'm not talking about.
No,
the news
I get
now.
it. No, I know.
I'm not talking about before cable, guys. Before cable.
There were so many.
No, there was not so many channels. Those channels came in during cable.
Yeah, but stop. Okay, that sounds better than saying it was NBC, like, and then saying that.
Yeah, okay. Watch. Okay.
I need, yeah.
Hold on. Let's go to
But
my.
I get it. Back in the day, you didn't have options. You had those four or five channels to pick from.
Okay. Hold on. Let's watch this.
I just think he's explaining it wrong, but I think I get it.
Okay, hold on. I'm just talking. I'm not talking about the news here.
No, I know.
Hey, homegirl. Chat. Before cable, how many television stations were there?
Before cable television became widespread, most households had access to just a handful of broadcast stations. In larger cities, you might have had 3 to 5 major network affiliates like BBC, CBS, and NBC, along with maybe a local independent station and a public broadcasting station.
Yeah,
PBS.
yeah, it was small, so you had no fucking choices. So my point in telling you this is, so when the Tonight Show or some shit like that came on with Johnny Carson, there's gonna be millions of fucking people watching because they ain't got other shit to watch. Now you got fucking cable. Not only do you have cable, now you got Netflix, Prime,
Okay.
Amazon, Hulu, you know what I mean? Disney, Hulu, all this different shit, right? And that don't account for like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, this shit. So it's impossible for you almost, no matter how good your show is, to get these huge numbers to match like Johnny Carson and back in the fucking day. It didn't happen like that.
Yeah, you have more options.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that he's okay. Sorry for not fully listening to you.
I grew up watching Johnny Carson. I just know who he is.
I wasn't disagreeing with what he was saying, but I wanted him to give us more of a timeline of when you were talking.
Yeah, I'm talking way back in the day.
Because I was like, back in the days is what, your dinosaur era?
Because
like
when people say Fox, right, you automatically think news.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But they didn't start off as a news station. It was like a regular TV station, if I'm not mistaken. You know, because like Fox is where like, well, you know, all the shows have been on Fox. Yeah, you know.
Also, one more thing we got to talk about, because I saw a comment and then I will stop being. Where is it? Okay, see this comment.
The local news plays to that community. Local news in Los Angeles versus Houston could not be more different in how they cover stories.
Very true. They definitely play to their community. Also, LA, even if it's a smaller one, you're thinking like, let me think, like, was it Red Bank, Burbank? Over by Burbank, definitely local news is going to be way different over there because of the amount of views. That's how news stations work versus your local news right here in like where we are. We are definitely going to get more of a, probably like depending on the station, a conservative or a liberal view from the local news, whereas somewhere out in Burbank, they definitely are going to be way different than what we're hearing here. Okay. So true. It depends where you are. I just think it's like, that's why it's important to
watch local news?
Yeah, I do. So like when I watch it, I end up judging it because I was in the industry. So I don't watch it the same way someone who doesn't see, like,
do you think you think you miss your opportunity to end up at CNN or Fox?
No, I think I could still.
Damn, go for it then.
I don't have any desire to do that.
Well, you could be. Damn.
I really, really love sharing.
You could be on Fox and Friends.
No, I'm way too biased. I have way too much of an opinion.
You could be showing your legs and, you know, talking about, you know, the president today did this, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I would get canceled. They would pull me off the show within 10 minutes. The things I say on here, you think that I'd be okay on?
We'll go delete this shit.
You know, if you delete it, we might have a chance.
We'll delete it, we take it all down. But they ask me, I've never met him before.
That would be the only way they hire me. I swear to God, they see any of these clips, they'd be like, absolutely fucking not.
Dude, look at Pete Hegseth. That motherfucker stay drunk.
Okay, not what I was talking about. I was saying what I said, like not what drugs I do and what I drink.
I'm just saying, like,
okay.
Pete Hegseth, it didn't fucking bother him.
Never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, you know, it really does.
Basically, when it comes to any kind
I did not grow up watching the Dick Van Dyke Show.
have multiple resources. That's all. Do print journalism.
But guys, remember where I was raised? I was raised in the Bahamas, right? So at that time, it was behind. So let me give you an idea what I mean. Like if a movie came out here in America, it could be months before it goes there. You know what I mean? So everything about us was fucking behind. So when you already finished, like you already saw something fucking 5 years ago, I seen the shit for the first time. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I could tell you like dated shit because I know the kids my age were way past that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Also, I would not. Okay, the only way I'd ever turn into a MAGA girly is if Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, and Nicole Richie were running the country. Then let's make America great again.
Jesus Christ.
That's how I feel about that one.
Jesus Christ.
I said what I said. Now you think Fox would want to hire me? What, CNN, would you say?
You know some freaks on Fox? You gotta play conservative all day. Oh, no, I would never do that. God bless. You know?
This is all about cosplaying being older than you are. That's what people want to watch. They want to watch people with authority that are older.
Fox used to be the best channel.
Talk to anyone about it. People have a favorite channel. That's crazy. That's a wild thing to put out there. I don't know why you would even type that out. That was an inner thought you should have kept inside.